Hi, Veronique. This is Lisa Bellini. I received your email with your questions and your story on finding out that you're an indigo. I hope I pronounced your name correctly. If I didn't, I truly apologize. I've been guided to begin answering the emails via video. And so now that I have the tools, I have decided to begin doing that. And you are the first, so congratulations on that. I hope you don't mind. I will not put out any personal information. If you do mind, let me know, and I will not put it up or I will remove it. But I feel that a lot of the questions that people are writing in, there are 1,000 more with the same question. So in a way, I am raising awareness and helping, or trying to help many people at the same time. First, let me say you're normal. Never question that. An indigo is a very old soul and has had many lifetimes on many different planets. We carry the indigo ray, and that particular ray has the traits of intuition, of inner knowing, of inner locus of control, of energy healing, channeling that energy, having the ability to be prophetic and telepathic and empathic. And I'll be getting back to that because it is some of the traits that you do carry with you. The prophetic trait comes in many different ways. Dreams, which you have had, also through visions, through hearing. Just to give you an example, when I was 12 years old, I had a number of visions where one day I knew I would be answering the telephone and having to look at the TV, and 38 years later, we have Skype and we have a video now. So that was a gift. Each creation, each manifestation, each idea is a gift to be manifested here on this planet. So you have that same ability with your dreams. We're here because we answered the call to help Earth as it goes through its ascension from the third dimension into the fifth dimension. And with that process, we have to raise the frequency of our body and go within and move into a place of love, into a place of compassion, into a place of caring, of unity, so that when we do get to the fifth dimension, the one thing they say is your body will blow up if the frequency is not high enough. So the first thing I want you to do is begin working on that, and I'll get back into that. As indigos, we're extremely sensitive to energy. Many of us isolate ourselves. We purchase crystals within the house. We raise our frequency. We raise the home's frequency. When I began bringing them in, my son, who was an indigo, felt this peace and this calm, and he came up to me and he said, "Ma, what did you do here in the house?" And I didn't really put the two together, and I said, "Nothing." "Why?" He said, "It feels so good. I don't want to go outside." Because we have that ability to pick up other people's emotions and thoughts and pain, even physical pain. When I'm with a client, I can feel what they're going through. We find it very uncomfortable to go to a store or to go to a gathering where our energy is different than others. And a lot of time, those people can pick up on our energy and they find that a little threatening. So spend some time at home or get to know people in your area who are also indigos. If you live in the New Jersey area, you're more than welcome to come to the Crystal Healing Center. I'll be doing a class on meditation in February. So imagine if you're in a store and you're picking up all of this anxiety, this depression, this fear, this anger. How do you don't know in the beginning if it's your emotion or someone else's. 9 times out of 10, it's somebody else's that you're going to pick up. I would carry a tourmaline crystal. A tourmaline will absorb negative energy, and a citrine. A citrine is used for protection and for prosperity. They'll transmute that negative energy to help protect us and to remove any negativity. So from what I read, it sounds like you have the ability of a telepath. You're able to read people's minds, which is great. Don't do too much of that because remember, everybody has free will. Everybody has the right to choose their own path and destiny. By raising your frequency and your energy, you'll create a bigger field around you, much like Jesus Christ had. This is the ability that we all have. This way, when you walk into a store, if somebody is angry or fearful, they will get this peace, this loving peace that just surrounds them and will bring them into a much calmer state. So you found the Indigo site, and now you're doing what I did and what every Indigo does. All the research they can, all the knowledge they can gather. You want to do that. You were guided to go to that site. Your grandfather guided you to go to that site. So good for you. I'm glad that you're listening because that's what they want you to do. But this is the beginning for you. This is your destiny. And you're going to go through many, you're going to feel many different emotions that are not yours. Never allow yourself to get caught up within that. Also, people in the mainstream who have not heard of the Indigo children or who do not have an Indigo child do not understand this. If they're not spiritual, they become very judgmental. They ridicule. And those poor children with parents who don't understand, they get judged at a very young age. And that's where some problems can begin. So don't let anybody ever put you down, ridicule you, judge you. I tell my clients, unless you resonate with the person and that person has the same beliefs as you do, I wouldn't even bother saying anything to them. Find a group, take some classes, and online there are plenty of Indigo groups. Many of the Indigos are very spiritual. They don't go to church. There is a Unitarian church. There are places. I'm a minister, and I know we try to create a small group. It does take time. We're not religious. We know that the Bible was written by man. We know that the spiritual laws are within our heart. And they don't have to be taught to us. We know right from wrong. We can tell when we're being lied to or told the truth. That is being an empath, and many of us are empaths. So you don't need to follow any doctrine or go to any church to get into heaven. And yes, I absolutely believe in God wholeheartedly. To evolve, I would begin with meditation. I would begin using crystals. The Lemurian seed is a great crystal. It's a master healer. It was placed in Brazil by the Lemurians before their land in Hawaii was destroyed. So that one particular crystal is good. It will help you to raise your frequency and your vibration, and it will also help you to open up your third eye even more than you already have. Get some books and learn about the chakras, about the aura, the different layers. You have the physical layer, the emotional layer, the mental layer, the spiritual layer. If there's a blockage in the emotional or in the mental and comes to the vortex of the heart or any one of the 7 main chakras, that begins to move into the physical body, and that's where disease begins. I often say pain is what creates breast cancer, because pain is an emotion. You think about it, it's in your mental field, it's in your emotional field. Once it comes to the heart chakra, it moves in, and that's what happens. And if somebody does a lot of thinking, people who get tumors in their brain, that's what happens up there. I would also suggest you learn how to use the pendulum. It's a way of channeling that energy that you have. As indigos, as crystals, as star seeds, we all have a purpose. We all have a mission. There are 3 waves on the planet. Each wave carries a different, not frequency, but a different path. And the first wave were the trailblazers, the second wave are the warriors, and the third wave will be the compassionate children that keep it all here together. For the second wave, I'm not saying it's a battle. I'm not telling you to go out and start a war, because that's the last thing you want to do. But I am saying that you're here to bring in the new and let go of the old. Just like you said, you feel something is about to happen and it hasn't happened yet. Well, it's been happening all over the world. We've had earthquakes, we've had volcanic eruptions, we've had the biggest storms that people ever recorded. So it's already begun. It doesn't have to be one event. If you look up Ed Dames, D-A-M-E-S, it does remote viewing. He worked for the military. He talks about the kill shot, and he talks about a number of things that they have seen as precursors to what is going to happen. I have had a dream about it, and I'm not going to go into it with this video. Perhaps one day I will. But we're all here to serve. We're all here to help other people. As you grow your field, your energy field will change. And if you bring that love and that compassion, when you walk into a store, if somebody is angry or upset, you'll be able, you don't have to say a word. Just being around that person will affect the energy that they brought with them. So you'll be able to bring a peace into their lives for that particular time. That's what I often do at the Crystal Healing Center. So after all these years and finding out who you are, don't get caught up in trying to make sense of it all. You won't. Nobody will be able to understand it completely. Just know that it is a glorious time, an exciting time to be here on earth. You heard the call, the awakening call. I would just do research and gather as much wisdom and knowledge as you can. Work on yourself. Be careful of your thoughts, your emotions, your words. As an indigo, we carry additional power and we can make things happen. So move into that state with meditation and crystals. Raising your vibration is the most important thing that you can do. Because as the earth is changing, we are changing. Our DNA is changing. We will change our eating habits, our exercise habits. Doors will close to old friends. New doors will open to new friends. We're at a new beginning, and enjoy it and do all you can to walk with it. Don't fight it. Don't fear it. If you find yourself in a scene when you're meditating, allow it to play out. Don't fear it at all. Of course, surround yourself with the white light before you begin. That's important. You don't need to hurt yourself to know that you have a connection with God. We all have a connection with God. We are all God's children, each and every one of us, and no one person is better than another. Not the Pope, not the Queen, not the President, not any Prime Minister. Don't bow down to anyone, because no one is better than you are. As a matter of fact, we're the older souls. I know parents don't like to hear this, but we are. So inside our hearts, we know the truth from a lie, and the church don't like that. They don't want to be tested. So I hope you enjoyed this. I hope I answered your questions. I wish you a lot of love and light, and I hope you stay in touch. God bless you. Bye-bye.